Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we have got lots and lots of updates from people who are on cruise ships right now, especially Princess cruise ships, and also people who just got off of cruise ships, reporting and letting us know how their sailing went and what is going on board, plus just a little bit of news and things that will help you if you've got a cruise coming up soon. So first of all, I wanted to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. A big welcome to you all, and also a big welcome to all of you who are new. We are really glad to have you with us. We've been waiting for you, in fact, and so glad to have you here. I wanted to invite anyone here who has not subscribed to go ahead and subscribe to our channel. You are going to love being here with us. Our Let's Go family is indeed amazing, amazing. And I have so much planned for us all. It's so much more than just a video here and there. And so you're going to be a part of it because it's going to be amazing. And so I want to start off and let you know that the Grand Princess did indeed sail into Hawaii yesterday. She sailed into the port of Honolulu, and it marked the first time in 2 years that a cruise ship has been to Hawaii. And so I think that that is certainly bright and encouraging news. In the report, it did say that the port officials there in Hawaii are requiring that any cruise ship that sails into Hawaii has at least 99% of the people on board vaccinated. And so that just gives you a window into those sailings, into what is being required. And again, I think it's awesome that we finally have a cruise ship in Hawaii and that the others look like they're getting to go as well. Now, in addition to the news on Hawaii, we have several updates. So first of all, one of our Let's Go family members who just got off the Caribbean Princess yesterday made sure that we knew that they had an amazing cruise. They said that they were able to go to all of the ports. They were on the Western Caribbean sailing, and that they had an amazing time. There was no hiccups with that cruise whatsoever. And then last night, Lance, one of our Let's Go family members, he and his wife were so kind. They sent us an email to let us know that they are on the Caribbean Princess right now. They boarded yesterday. They are on the Eastern Caribbean sailing. And so if you're not familiar with how the Caribbean Princess sailings are going right now, they just alternate weeks. Like 1 week is the Western and then next is the Eastern and then back again. And so, like I said, they are on the Eastern Caribbean sailing. And so let me let you know what they said. They said that they sailed away from Fort Lauderdale around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time yesterday, the 9th. And he said that there were a total of 9 cruise ships in port while they were there. And they boarded about 12:30 Eastern Time, and that's when they saw the 9 ships. He said that the Enchanted Princess sailed away before them, and then they could see that the Celebrity Edge was coming right behind them to leave port. And so it also looked like MSC had a ship that was going to be sailing as well. And so I think that sounds great. It sounds like things are going really well there. He said they did ask at guest services how many passengers were on board, and they told them that it was around 800 passengers, and that over the new year they had 2,000 passengers. And so that's not quite a third, but it's close to a third, between a third and a half fewer the number of passengers as they had over the New Year's. And so it sounds like there's going to be lots of space on that ship and lots of room to social distance and no lines probably. And so I just wanted to let you know about that. The last thing that he added, he said, so far it's been amazing and the staff is awesome. We are in our first aft balcony, which is more amazing than the other balcony cabins they have sailed in on their prior 3 cruises. However, we did feel the movement of the ship a bit more, just not sure if that is normal or if it is due to the sea. We will see how the week goes. And so thank you again, Lance, for sending that to us. We are really excited to hear that it's off to such a great start. You know, those aft balconies are something that we always look at and try to decide if we should be brave and try one or not. And so we're going to be waiting to hear what you have to say about it, Lance. And also all of you who have done those aft-facing balconies, we'd love to hear from you as well. I think they would be beautiful because you just get to see the beautiful wake of the ship and everything. So anyway, thanks so much, Lance. So that's how that's going. Now, we did have someone else email us a photo of the notice that they received on the Emerald Princess. It is dated January 8th, which is Saturday, and it basically lets them know that because the port officials in Columbia have made a last-minute change to their port requirements, which requires a lot more testing of everyone getting off and everyone, quite frankly, on the ship as well, as I've done research on that, they are not going to be able to go to their ports in Columbia. They were scheduled to visit Cartagena, and now they will not be going to that port. It says that because they are missing that port, though, on the day that they are in Turks and Caicos, which is today, Monday, January 10th, instead of having to leave at 2 p.m., they will be able to extend and not leave until 5 p.m. And so I think that's at least good. The other information that is in this email is they let the passengers know that they are performing routine engine maintenance on the Emerald Princess right now, and so it'll slow them down just a tad, and so it'll make it so that they arrive in Costa Rica on Friday the 14th at 8 a.m. rather than 7 a.m. And then on the 18th, the Tuesday that they are due to sail back into Fort Lauderdale, instead of arriving at 7 in the morning, they will arrive at 8 in the morning. And so that doesn't sound like it's anything concerning. And an hour here or there is like, I think, no worries. But I wanted to let you know that is what is going on the Emerald Princess on this sailing going on right now. Now, in addition to, that report on the Emerald Princess, we have a great Let's Go family member named Mike, and he let us know that they just barely got off a Holland America sailing to the Panama Canal, and they were supposed to have 3 different stops in Colombia, and they were not able to do any of them, and it was due to the same thing. The Colombian officials changed their port requirements at the last minute. And I would like to add, I am sure that is due to Omicron. I cannot imagine it lasting months from now that, that they won't be able to call at these ports. But for now, that's the way it is. And I wanted to make sure that you knew about that, because if you are sailing to the Panama Canal and you are just really, really wanting to be able to make those stops in Colombia, you might want to think about rescheduling your cruise or just going another time as well as this time, since you won't be able to call at those ports. Let's see. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to let you know also with that is that it looks like Holland America is also sending out the same, I don't know if they're identical, but a questionnaire like Princess is, just asking what people think about boosters and things like that. And so if any of you on Holland America would like to comment and let us know anything about it, that would be terrific. But it sounds like they're receiving the same, basically the same questionnaire. So I wanted to let you know about that. And then we've got someone on the Sky Princess right now who has let us know that for now there is just one show every night, and it is at 9:15. And so that's what's going on the Sky Princess right now. If any of you are sailing on another ship and want to share anything with what is going on with the shows right now, a lot of people are asking questions wanting to know about shows. I know we've got one Let's Go family member, Dana. She really wants to know about how shows are going on the Majestic right now. But anything you'd like to share is great. But also, I know you're on vacation, and so if you want to let us know when you get home, that's awesome too. The other thing that goes with the Sky Princess information we received is that apparently when you get to Nassau in the Bahamas, if you want to get off the ship and you are not in an excursion, you have to go down and sign up for a time. And the person that posted this said that when they went down to sign up for a time to get off the ship, they just said, well, nobody else is here getting off, so you go ahead. And so I will show you that whole process when we are on the ship next week, because Monday, the day after we sail, is the day that we are in Nassau, Bahamas. And so I'll kind of show you how that is supposed to work. But apparently that's how it works, and I haven't been able to see any other information about that anywhere, and so I'll keep you posted on that. But that sounds like that's what the requirement is in Nassau in the Bahamas. The next update that we have is from Dave. Dave is an amazing Let's Go family member. He helps us with several things. He is really kind. He helped us to know like which that we should be on port when we sailed out of Fort Lauderdale, and some other things. He has been so gracious, and he let us know he is on the Enchanted Princess right now. And yesterday he let us know that the crew on the Enchanted Princess went around and they handed out N95 masks to all of the passengers to wear when they are in indoor areas on the ship. And so just be aware of that. They didn't say anything else about trouble with COVID on the ship or anything else. And so my guess is that it is just out of an abundance of caution that they have done this, but we'll keep you up to date on anything else that Dave or anyone else shares about being on the Enchanted Princess right now. I know that for our sailings, I have a bunch of N95 masks to take with us for my husband and I, and that's what we always wear an N95 on the airplane. We have done that. We have done that as long as we have been flying, since the restart of everything again, and it doesn't mean you have to. That's just what we have decided. And so I will let you know if we hear any more from Dave about that. Let's see, the other update I wanted to let you know is Jan, a Let's Go family member. She was due to be on the Enchanted Princess as well. So her and her husband were doing the testing that you have to do to meet that requirement for the 2-day window. Her husband tested negative, but she turned up positive. She said she felt fine. She didn't even have an inkling that she would test positive. And so she called Princess and just let them know. She said it did take over an hour on the phone because I know they are just swamped right now. But she said she got everything moved over to a future cruise credit that they just need to use by December 31st of 2022. And so I thought that was great. They're doing, I'm telling you that so that you know that it works really smoothly. If you accidentally, well, I don't know, you don't accidentally turn up positive. If you unexpectedly turn up positive to COVID, then it's no big deal. Don't be worrying about that part of it. The other thing is Julie, who is a Let's Go family member, she said that they have good friends who just got off of the Emerald Princess, and they were commenting that it was really an amazing sailing, that sailing at less than a third, and they have not full capacity on crew, but when you're only sailing with a third, you don't need full capacity on crew. So I wanted to let you know that as well. And so the last update, I do have one more that I think is very notable. Now, California Linda, who is a member of our Let's Go family Let's Go family, she is also very active over there on Cruise Critic. If any of you do Cruise Critic, if you haven't looked at Cruise Critic yet, you should. They always have a roll call for all of the different sailings, and I need to look at ours again, but we didn't have very many people at all sign up, so I don't know what that means. But anyway, she let us know last week she was on Navigator of the Seas, and she said that when they pulled in, they were going to go to Puerto Vallarta, and the port officials there did not let them dock and go ashore. And I found that really interesting because Mexico made a big deal out of saying that they were not going to turn away any cruise ships, even if they had COVID on board, as long as they were following the World Health Organization protocols. And so clearly this goes to show that some port officials can do whatever they want and don't necessarily follow what their government is saying. And so I just wanted to make you aware that that is what happened. I don't know if that's going to become the rule or if it's just the exception, but that is what Linda experienced. And so I wanted to let you all know about that, and we will be anxious to hear what is going on with those ports along the Mexican Riviera. And so if anyone has news on that, let us know when you get home. That's all I've got to tell you about today. I know it's kind of a lot, but I really think that it helps us be educated about what's going on, and it helps us navigate through our mind kind of what we feel comfortable with and what we don't feel comfortable with, and if we want to sail now or if we would rather wait a while. I also really like the information about the ports because it helps us know if somewhere you really want to go, they're missing the port every time. That would be something that would make me think, oh, can I reschedule? So I'm just putting that out there for you. And once again, I always feel like I need to add, you just do whatever makes you feel most comfortable right now. If you are not worried at all about sailing, of course you should go. But if you have any reservations about it at all, or any health conditions that make you really high risk, then those are reasons that you should just postpone it. And it's not forever. It's just until things change enough that you feel okay to go, or that the risk to your health diminishes. And so I just wanted to let you know that. I really appreciate all of you. Very, very much. I appreciate you. And so if you appreciate this video, will you please give it a thumbs up? That'll really help us out. I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.